You walk away, you don't hear me say, please, oh baby, don't go. Simple and clean is the way that you make it. Please, got it tonight. It's hard to let it go.
Hey guys, today we have a brand new Minimates review. Today we have the Marvel Minimates Avengers Infinity War, Walgreens exclusive, War Machine, and Cull Obsidian. Alright, so this set completes my Infinity War figures. Oh my gosh, it's been a while. It took me quite some time to get all of these done. But here we go, the finale War Machine. So it took me a good couple months to find this set, as well as the other exclusive, and I'm really excited. So, packaging-wise, it's the same as every other Infinity War set. You've got Thanos up here, you've got the Avengers logo, Avengers Infinity War, War Machine, Cull Obsidian. I am quite digging this new War Machine. War Machine on the side, Cull Obsidian, and on the back we've got War Machine, Cull Obsidian. If I remember correctly, in the movie he has like a giant hammer, but I guess in his prototype version he's got like brass knuckles. Gamora, Drax, Hulkbuster, Corvus Glaive, Falcon, and Cap. Alright, let's do this. First up we have War Machine. War Machine, War Machine. You know, I gotta be honest, I was pretty impressed by this guy. When I first saw the prototype image when they announced the wave, I was just kind of like, meh. I don't like how he's got a slip-over mask that's just a flat piece, the sort of same one that they gave Iron Man and the Hulkbuster. I was disappointed with that because, like, War Machine's big and bulky. And his boots, I was also expecting some sculpted boots, but getting this guy in hand, this guy is pretty freaking good. I like him. So, this guy, pretty good. I quite dig him. So the big thing with War Machine is that we've been getting basically the same War Machine since 2015. 2013. Good lord. So with Iron Man 3, we got one style of War Machine. They later used it in Age of Ultron and Civil War. This is the one from Civil War, but it's this fairly decent, very basic black War Machine. The problem is they just kept using the same figure. But now they've given him a completely new design, which I think honestly looks a lot better. Like, don't get me wrong, this guy is a great design, but I love the printing on this. So they went for sort of a less sculpting, more printing sort of design with this War Machine. And honestly, this probably is my favorite interpretation of War Machine. They gave him this very elaborate digital camo design. You can see like a very bluish gray just sprouted around. He's even got detailing on the back of his legs. His belt has the same detailing. Very good. He appears to have the same hands as the previous War Machines, where it's the little gauntlet with the wrist rockets. But they've given him new shoulder pads, which look very nice. Because again, they're continuing the digital camo pattern all throughout this guy. Arc reactor looks sick on top of it. He's got little, like, exhausts here going down. I like the separation from the powerhouse piece to his torso. That does sort of help with the build of the figure, so it's not just a super big blocky guy. He's also got a shoulder-mounted rocket, which is stationary. I mean, technically, I guess you might be able to move it, but I don't count this as moving it. But it does appear that it just is popped on here, and you might be able to take it off. And honestly, my only big qualm with the figure is the helmet, because it's a slip-over mask that's not sculpted. And if you notice on mine, it's not symmetrical. It's actually like going at a very slight slant. It's not super noticeable, especially if you tilt the head slightly, but when I got him at Walgreens, it looked a little more like this, so I was worried it wasn't going to go down all the way. But since it does, I mean, it's not that bad, and I hope that it's not the same on every War Machine. because as it is, they did a really good job with the detailing on it. I just wish they went with an actual sculpted head. Like one of the ones from Iron Man 2, maybe. Just paint the eyes red. Would have looked nice. But I think since it was more paint versus sculpt on this guy, it works in his favor. Just the slant bothers me. And he's got a little bit of scuff right where his nose is. But I'm like serious, guys. This is probably the best War Machine I've seen. And we got Don Cheadle underneath. Look at that. I love him. Pretty decent. Let's just compare him to the most recent one from Civil War. I mean, neither of them super look like Don Cheadle, but this one definitely looks more like Don Cheadle than this guy. And, if I'm correct, I think he does have a little bit of detailing underneath. He continues the digital camo pattern, but there's no arc reactor. And there's nothing on the back. Shame. And in terms of accessories, I would have loved like maybe a blast effect or something for his rocket. Obviously, everybody still wants repulsors. But instead, you get flight stand. That's it. Yay. Next up, we have Cull Obsidian. Apparently in the comics, this guy is called Black Dwarf. But in the movie, they name him something different. I don't know. I'm not a comics person. So I can't tell you, but I can tell you he's decent for a figure. I think really all of Thanos' Black Order, his crew, his squad, all a bunch of chumps. Let's be honest, they were all chumps. But this guy, he was the big guy. But they did a decent job with his Minimate. Mine is a little fragile though. Let's get this out of the way. He does not have enough room for his torso extender and his torso. Like, I literally can snap him in half. Like, what? Like, let's do that again. Snap. That's not good. They really should have given him, like, a longer torso piece. Just something. Or maybe not have this too deep. Like, look at that. You can just see how much space there is. And on mine, his right arm is super fragile. Like, look at this. Just poking it just drops it. And it's very hard to move without having it just fall off. So maybe that's just a problem with mine. But detailing-wise, he looks like he does in the movie, I suppose. He's just kind of a big dude. He's got a lot of orange. Honestly, all of Thanos' crew is just kind of bland designs. So it's not a problem with the Minimate. The Minimate looks fine. Got some silver with the orange highlights. He's got these little flaps going on his crotch. He's got a sash here, which some people have said looks like the Captain Marvel sash. The Minimate is purple and yellow, but I've seen like stills from the movie where the coloring makes it look like it does for Captain Marvel. I don't know where they were getting that, so I'm just kind of like, meh. He's got the regular big feet. I'm looking at his design, and that probably is the best way to go with it. Some detailing on his thigh. He's decent. He's a big guy. But his face... I mean, his face is fine. Problem is, where he's got, like, these... I guess they're teeth. I keep thinking that's his mouth. Like, you can see his mouth, obviously, is the black line, but I kept thinking it was his teeth. Like, this here was his mouth, and he was, like, making, like, a grrr kind of face. Though, looking at his, like, other movie artwork, he looks like a lizard furry. And he's also a little more green than this. But I suppose this is okay. It's run-of-the-mill. I mean, it's alright. They probably got his concept art a little too early, and they were like, we gotta make something out of it. Because his accessories, I don't know what these are supposed to be. In the movie, he has a giant axe. It's like an axe hammer thing. But his Minimate comes with like these little like... They honestly look like they went to War Machine, because they're like little guns, I guess? But they're not supposed to be guns. They're like... I'm looking at a statue, and they're like brass knuckles, maybe? I do not know what these are coming from. But he can hold them. I just don't really know what they're coming from. So if you have an extra axe, go ahead, grab one and slap it on him. And like I said, on mine, it just keeps falling apart. So hopefully this is not a widespread issue. So overall, that was the Marvel Minimates Avengers Infinity War Walgreens exclusive War Machine with Cull Obsidian. I keep wanting to say one of the other Black Order members, like every time I say something different. War Machine, phenomenal. This guy is like a 9 out of 10 for me. He would have been a 10 out of 10 if he had molded boots and a molded, sculpted face. That would have been great. But extremely nice detailing with the digital camo. I love it. Just great. He's got a decent Don Cheadle face compared to the last ones we've got. This could very well be my favorite War Machine. And Cull Obsidian, he's decent. He's just a big guy. He's kind of boring. They seem to have gotten his look pretty well, but he keeps falling apart on mine, and his weapons aren't even right. That's the problem. His weapons aren't right. And like looking at pictures of him, got a lot more green on him than the Minimate. So, whoops. So I'd probably give Cull Obsidian like maybe like a 6, honestly. In my opinion, he's above average, but he's not great. He's just kind of there. But I'm sure everybody else is like, oh my god, it's the full Black Order. So, potato, potato. I think War Machine's extremely cool. So, with that out of the way, let me know what you guys think. Check me out on social media. Check out MinimatesCentral.com for more reviews. Did you like the video? Then rate, comment, subscribe, and like, and I'll see you later.